Hi folks, Justin Hoffman here for Bass Pro One Source. Today I want to talk about largemouth bass structure areas, more specifically 3 of my favorite places to fish. And when I do fish them, my top 2 lure choices to fish them effectively, efficiently, and productively. Here they are. One of my favorite spots to fish for largemouth bass is wood. Now when I talk about wood, it can be either submerged logs, it can be a fallen tree, or it can even be boat docks. So what are my top 2 choices when I'm fishing wood? Well, my first one's got to be a Flippin Jig. These relatively weedless lures are awesome for probing all the deep recesses of wood when you find on a lake. Pitch them out, let them flutter down, any dark crevices that you find, and you're going to get largemouth bass. Now, my second lure choice has got to be a crankbait. More importantly, a buoyant crankbait with a square lip. Now, why square lip? Well, square lip when a crankbait is going along wood, if it hits it, it's going to deflect back off. Very rarely will it get hung up. The buoyancy will also keep it up off the wood. Great, perfect forage base for largemouth bass, and you can work every little area of wood by casting these crankbaits in. 2 top choices, give them a try. Another favorite structure area is vegetation. Now that can either be lily pads on top, slop, or it can be submergent vegetation. So what 2 lures do I like to throw to vegetation? Well, if I'm talking about slop or lily pads, it's got to be a topwater frog. These things are awesome. They're virtually weedless, they catch big fish and you can work them, you can let them stop, they'll float there and fish just love them. So have one of these in your tackle box when you work in vegetation. Now my second lure is a creature bait. Now what I like to do with creature baits is rig them weedless, Texas rig them, and you can cast these into the thickest slop, the thickest snags, and deepest pockets of vegetation, and you'll always get fish. They're great for probing every little nook and cranny of vegetation, and they're always rigged on a rod when I'm fishing weeds and vegetation. Give these a try. My last structure area that I love to fish for largemouth bass is rock. Now it can be either riprap, it can be big boulders, or it can be just a shoreline of pebbles. So first, and everyone loves it, topwater baits. Now this is a Zara spook. I love any sort of a chug bait, walk the dog type bait for largemouth bass. Now a lot of the times fish will be wandering up and down that rock, searching, picking off crayfish, corralling baitfish, shad up on the surface. These things work great. Another great choice for me, and it's a great one for covering lots of water, is a Rattling Lipless crankbait. These things can be thrown a mile, you can work them fast, and they'll pick off the most aggressive largemouth bass that are up and down that rock. Give these a try for sure. So there you have it, folks. Those are 3 of my favorite structure areas to fish for largemouth bass, and my top 6 lures that I rig up when I'm going to fish those areas. I hope you enjoyed those tips. Give them a try out on the lake this year. Thanks for watching Bass Pro One Source, and we'll see you on the water.